Hello, welcome to CKE 10,001's gaming channel. In this video, we'll be looking at my Konosuba Goddess deck profile. In this deck profile, I run 16 level 0s, 14 level 1s, 2 level 2s, 10 level 3s, and 8 Climax cards. So the first card we're going to take a look at is the level 0 card, Carefree Moodmaker Aqua. I'm running this card at 4 copies. It has one effect, continuous. If the number of cards in your hand is 6 or more, this card gets 1500 power. So it's essentially a 0/0 4K beater. And you can get this card from the trial deck. And then the next card I'm running at 4 copies is Significance of Killing Snow Sprites Aqua. It has one effect. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can put a card from your hand into your clock. If you do, search your deck for up to one goddess character, reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. And you need 4 copies of this to kind of early play the Eris, because the early play condition is have this card in your clock. So it's for the Eris level 3 to early play. And then I'm running 3 Brainstormers. Troublemaker Aqua. It has 2 effects. The first is continuous. Your other character in the middle position of your center stage gets auto encore, hand encore. And the second effect is activate Brainstorm, pay 1, rest this card, reveal 4 cards. For each climax revealed, you can choose up to 1 cost 0 or lower character in your waiting room and call it onto separate positions on your stage. So I'm running 3 copies of that Brainstormer. Next up, I'm running 3 copies of this Assist Gentle Goddess Eris, which is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, choose one of your other adventure or goddess characters, and that character gets 1000 power until end of turn. And when a climax is placed on your climax area, you can return this card to your hand. If you do, draw a card, choose a card in your hand, and put it into the waiting room. So it's a nice filter effect that way. Then I'm running 2 copies of Soul Salvation Aqua. The first effect is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is an adventurer or goddess or Axie Church devotee character, put it in your hand, choose a card in your hand, and put it in the waiting room. And then the second effect is auto. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay 2 stock. If you do, return all cards in your waiting room back to your deck and shuffle your deck. So it's refresh. So you don't have to take the refresh damage if you use this card's second ability. And then the next card I'm running is the level 1s, 2 copies of Real Goddess Aqua, which is just a 1/0 1500 backup. And it works well with the swimsuit Aqua if you have the Brainstormer in the back, so it gets big. And then I'm running 2 copies of Provoking Style Aqua. If the number of cards in your stock is 3 or less, this card gets the following ability. When this card battle opponent becomes reversed, you may put the top card of your deck into your stock. So this is one of the ways to generate extra stock for the deck. And then my level 1 combo is the Eris card, Gentle Smile Eris. It has 2 abilities. The first is when a climax is placed on a climax area, this card gets 1500 power until the end of turn. And the second is auto climax combo. When a card named Revival is placed on your climax area, if this card is in your center stage and you have another goddess character, you may choose a cost 0 or lower adventure or goddess character in your waiting room and put it on any position of your stage. So that's why I like to combo it with that level 0 Eris that I showed earlier that returns to your hand when you play a climax, because then you can call the new character in the level 0 Eris' spot, and then you can cycle that ability over and over again. And this is the Swimsuit Aqua. I'm running 3 copies. If you have a card named Troublemaker Aqua, this card gets additional 3000 power, so it's a 107k if you have the Brainstormer. And then I'm running 3 copies of Sacred Create Water Aqua. It has 1 effect. When this card is put into your waiting room from the stage, you may reveal up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. If you revealed 1 or more cards, choose up to 1 goddess or adventure character from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest into your waiting room, and then choose a card in your hand and put it into the waiting room. So it helps mill and kind of filter your hand if needed. Then I'm running 2 copies of the Eris Level 2, the first effect is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may pay 1, pitch 2 cards. If you do, choose a character in your waiting room with level lower than or equal to your level and put it on any position of your stage. And the second effect is when this card becomes reversed. If this card's battle opponent is higher than your opponent's level, you can put that character onto the bottom of your opponent's deck. So it's a early play bottom decker, sir. And then I'm running 4 copies of Blessed with Kind Encounters Eris. It has 3 effects. The first is continuous. If a card named Significance of Killing Snow Sprites Aqua is in your clock, this gets -1 level in your hand. Second effect is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may choose an adventurer or goddess character in your waiting room, return it to your hand. Third is this ability activates once per turn. When your character in the middle position of your center stage attacks, you can pay 1, pitch 2 cards. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is an adventurer or goddess character, stand this card. So if you have 3 copies of this on your board and you get the ability off and have enough resources, you can actually get 6 attacks off that one turn for the restand. And then the next card I'm running in the deck is also an early play. It's Mesmerizing Water Goddess Aqua. I'm running it at 2 copies. It has 3 effects. The first is if the number of adventurer or goddess or Axie Church devotee characters you have is 4 or more, this gets -1 level while in your hand. Second effect is continuous during your turn. If all your characters are adventurer or goddess or Axie Church devotee, this card gets 2k power. And when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard a card. If you do, put the top card of your clock into your stock. So it's a stock healer. And then I'm running 2 copies of the Aqua from the trial deck. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can heal 1, and this card gets 500 power for each of your other adventurer or goddess characters. And then I'm running 2 copies of Aqua. This card has 3 effects. The first is continuous. During this card's battle, your opponent cannot play backup from hand. Second is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may pay 1. If you do, your opponent chooses 2 classes in your opponent's waiting room. Returns all cards in your opponent's waiting room except those 2 cards into your opponent's deck, and then your opponent shuffles his or her deck. And third is Auto Climax Combo. When a card named Resurrection is placed on a climax area, if this card is in your center stage, you may pay the cost, which is discard a card. If you do, choose an adventurer or goddess character in your clock and put it on any position of your stage. So that was the last level 3 I run this deck. And then the next 8 cards are the climax cards. I'm running 4 copies of Resurrection, which is the level 3 climax card combo. I'm gonna zoom in on here. And then the other climax card is the level 1 climax card combo, Revival, which is on a book trigger. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Check EncoreDecks.com and the link in the description below for an overview of this deck build.